Welcome to Mental Models Daily, where we explore one mental model each day to help you elevate your daily decision-making. Today, we're examining a fundamental concept in economics that affects everyone's daily life. Inflation, which explains how money loses purchasing power over time. Inflation is more than just rising prices. It's a complex dynamic that shapes economic behaviour, investment decisions, and social structures. Think of it like a slow leak in a tyre that gradually reduces its pressure. If left unchecked, it can make the whole system less effective. What makes this concept particularly powerful is how it reveals the time value of money and influences everything from saving patterns to business strategies. A fascinating historical example comes from Germany's Weimar Republic in the early 1920s. During this period of hyperinflation, prices doubled every few days, leading to absurd situations where workers were paid twice daily because money lost value so quickly. People rushed to spend their wages immediately, carrying cash in wheelbarrows to buy basic goods. Restaurant prices would increase between ordering and receiving the bill. This extreme case illustrates how inflation can fundamentally reshape social behaviour and economic systems. By 1923, a loaf of bread that cost 250 marks in January required 200 billion marks in November, demonstrating how inflation can spiral out of control when trust in monetary systems breaks down. In the modern business world, Costco provides an illuminating example of inflation-aware business strategy. Their famous $1.50 hot dog and soda combo, unchanged in price since 1985 despite significant inflation, represents a sophisticated approach to managing price perception. Rather than simply raising prices across the board, they've maintained certain iconic price points while carefully managing costs through vertical integration, owning their meat processing facilities, bulk purchasing power, and operational efficiency. They offset these strategic price holds by adjusting prices on other items and focusing on membership revenue growth. When they do need to raise prices on their main inventory, they ensure it's done thoughtfully and often after exhausting other efficiency opportunities. It's like having an anchor point that builds customer trust while allowing flexibility elsewhere in the business model to account for inflationary pressures. So, how can we apply inflation thinking in our daily lives? First, practice what I call purchasing power preservation. Instead of thinking in nominal dollar amounts, train yourself to think in terms of real purchasing power. This might mean automatically adjusting your savings goals upward each year, or negotiating cost of living adjustments into long-term contracts. It's like having an automatic calibration system that keeps your financial plans aligned with economic reality. Second, implement value-based positioning. In your career or business, focus on providing value that grows faster than inflation. This could mean continuously upgrading your skills, expanding your service offerings, or finding ways to improve your productivity faster than prices rise. It's like building an escalator that moves up faster than the water level rises. Third, develop what I call inflation-adjusted thinking. Learn to instinctively convert future nominal values into today's purchasing power. This means understanding that a dollar promised 10 years from now is worth significantly less than a dollar today, and making decisions accordingly. It's like having a mental currency converter that works across time instead of space. In conclusion, understanding inflation helps us make better financial and business decisions by recognizing the changing value of money over time. By factoring inflation into our planning and strategies, we can better preserve and grow our wealth and opportunities. In a world where the purchasing power of money is constantly changing, this mental model helps us maintain and enhance our economic position. Thank you for joining me today on Mental Models Daily. Until next time, may your purchasing power be preserved, your value proposition be strong, and your financial decisions be inflation-wise. For more mental models, please visit mentalmodelsdaily.com or find us on X or Instagram. Our podcast music was provided by the Podcast Host.com and Alitu, the podcast maker. Find your own free podcast music over at thepodcasthost.com.